Welcome to NYNJPA Weather, your weather source for the Northern Mid-Atlantic. I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino, and this is the Memorial Day Weekend edition. Welcome to the Memorial Day weekend, and it looks like it's going to be a warm and humid one at that. Now, what we have in place this morning is a stationary front set up over central New York that trails back into the Ohio Valley. Meanwhile, our strong disturbance that has produced numerous severe weather outbreaks throughout this entire week is finally in the northern Ohio Valley and will lift northeast towards the St. Lawrence River Valley. What that unfortunately means for this afternoon and evening is a round of strong to severe thunderstorms developing over much of eastern Pennsylvania, western New Jersey, southeastern New York, and interior Connecticut. Now, those along the coast, they're going to be able to be spared from the worst of the severe weather due to more of a marine influence from the Atlantic. However, those in the Philadelphia metropolitan area, and especially in the Delaware River Valley, are going to have to deal with some strong to severe thunderstorms this afternoon and evening. I circled around West Virginia and western Pennsylvania an area of strong winds. This is called a jet streak. And when you have a jet streak developing in this fashion from southwest to northeast, well, that usually produces thunderstorms that travel to the northeast, and this is where I'm expecting these thunderstorms to develop. They'll start to form over parts of southern Pennsylvania, West Virginia, northern Virginia, parts of Maryland, and then shoot to the northeast towards northeast Pennsylvania and northwestern New Jersey. Only this time, because our upper level disturbance is a little bit further to the east this afternoon, the potential for severe weather will encroach into the Philadelphia metropolitan area for this afternoon and evening. How strong these storms get will be directly proportional to how warm it gets this afternoon. If we break the lower 80s, then we're looking at a significant severe weather outbreak for portions of eastern Pennsylvania and western New Jersey. After this afternoon and evening, the similar setup will remain in place for Saturday and Sunday. The only difference, though, is that our upper level disturbance is further to the north, and the disturbances that follow are far weaker. So the thunderstorm potential will be more widely scattered to isolated. So for the most part, if you have outdoor plans for Saturday and Sunday, continue to enjoy them, go out, enjoy yourself, be prepared for an isolated thunderstorm here and there. Of course, if there's any thunderstorms that develop that are severe in nature, alerts will be sent out. But the key point here is that this weekend expect temperatures away from the coast in the lower to mid 80s, along the coast in the upper 70s to lower 80s. Humidity will be a little bit high, but not too terribly uncomfortable. And for most locations, skies will remain clear and conditions dry. Watch out for some fog in the morning, though. This is the 500 millibar pattern from the European model guidance from the Penn State EWOL website. What we have in place here is a very powerful ridge throughout the entire eastern United States. Now, notice we have an area of high pressure at the surface off the east coast. Why is that important? Well, that's going to transport a lot of warm, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico right into the northern mid-Atlantic. So even those locations right along the coast, well, they're still going to experience temperatures in the mid to upper 80s for highs with high humidity. Meanwhile, if you're in the Delaware River Valley, do not be surprised if you have highs in the lower 90s with dew points close to 70 degrees. What that basically means is that the three H's are back: hazy, hot, and humid. And you can expect that through much of early next week. Now, there will be a chance of a few isolated thunderstorms in this pattern, mostly due to the fact that the temperatures are so warm and there's so much moisture in the atmosphere. An occasional afternoon or evening thunderstorm could pop off, but I don't expect any severe weather because there really isn't much in the way of the upper level dynamics to support a severe thunderstorm. But again, I can't rule out an isolated thunderstorm here and there each afternoon through early next week. Then the end of the week, the pattern changes just a little bit. By Thursday evening, a cold front's going to be able to move through the northern mid-Atlantic. Now, the brunt of this cold air mass will be focused over New England and eastern Canada, as an area of low pressure associated with a strong disturbance over Quebec moves into the Canadian Maritimes. This is a very short, brief break in the warm and humid weather that will continue on after this cold front exits. So for Thursday and Friday, temperatures are cooler, back down towards near normal levels in the mid to upper 70s. But notice the area high pressure over the Great Lakes is expected to move towards the southeast coast. As our ridge over the plains continues to build, so does the warm temperatures, with a very hot air mass developing over the central plains and then expanding to the east for early next week and possibly getting in there by the weekend. But I think more towards the Monday after this Friday, I think we're going to see the warm temperatures really invade the northern mid-Atlantic once again. So the basic theme here is that the summer pattern is in place, and that summer pattern is going to produce very hot and very humid weather conditions, with a break here and there from a passing cold front. So just be prepared, get your summer gear out. Thank you for trusting in NYNJPA Weather as your weather source for the northern mid-Atlantic. Through this afternoon and into all of this weekend, should severe weather develop, you know you could trust NYNJPA Weather to keep you abreast of the latest situation. Also, because it's a holiday weekend, the NYNJPA Weather video will return on Tuesday. Have a great weekend. I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino.